Before sampling, you should ensure your corrosion and mix kit contains the following components: a 500 milliliter bottle, a marker, a set of gloves, 60 milliliter syringe, preservation buffer tube, a vial of nucleus-free water, a scoop, a set of forceps, a filter lure lock assembly, a Whirlpack bag, and along with an absorbent pad that should be used for shipping, and a sample return form. For a liquid sample, I'm going to need a 60 milliliter syringe, the lure lock filter assembly, the preservation buffer tube, nucleus-free water, forceps, along with the Whirlpack bag. If you're out in the field, you may be able to dump your wastewater just on the ground. Since I'm indoors, I also have a waste container. First, I'm going to open up my 60 milliliter syringe. I'm going to remove the plunger. And we're going to pretend that I've already taken my water sample. I'm going to filter 60 milliliters through this syringe. First up is assembling the filter assembly. So I'm going to attach it here and make sure that these tabs are aligned here. And I will fill with 60 milliliters. You'll want to make sure you know what volume you pour into the syringe because you'll need to fill that out on the sample return form. And I will push the liquid through the syringe. Then I can remove the lure lock assembly. Now I will open up our preservation buffer tube. The buffer in here is preserved, so it will look like a powder. I'll also need my forceps. I'm going to remove the filter from the assembly, so unscrew the top cap here. And the filter will either stick to the bottom of the lure lock assembly or it will stay on the top. The filter is going to go inside the preservation buffer tube, so I'll open up the tube here and use the forceps to remove the filter from the assembly. You'll want to fold it like a taco. Being careful not to touch the middle of the filter. If you get it folded one more time, that is even better. And then this goes inside the preservation buffer. You can use the forceps to push it in all the way. And then I need to rehydrate this buffer. Right now it's just a powder. So this is what the nucleus-free water is for. You open this up. And dump all of the water inside the preservation buffer tube. Screw the cap back on and shake to rehydrate. And then this will go inside the Whirlpack bag. So I'll open this up. Open the opening and put the bottle inside there and close. And you can use the markers provided in the kits to label the outside of the bag to match the sample return form. And then all of this would be waste, so you don't need to send any of this back in. If you're taking a solid sample, you'll just need your preservation buffer tube, your vial of nucleus-free water, your scoop, and your Whirlpack bag. So you can open up your preservation buffer tube. I've already opened mine. And this scoop can be used to scoop slime or tubercles or other solid material that you'd like to test directly. You will take a sample, level the scoop, and then put the scoop directly into the vial. So we'll pretend we have a solid sample, put that in the vial, rehydrate with the nucleus-free water. So pour the whole volume into the preservation buffer tube, screw the cap on, shake to rehydrate, and then put inside our Whirl-Pak bag for shipping. And you can use the marker provided in the kit to label the outside of the bag. No matter if you have filled your preservation buffer tube with a solid or liquid sample, we will also need a full bottle of water to complete the full panel of tests. It's best if this bottle is filled completely full and capped as soon as possible for an accurate test result. You can use a provided marker in the kit to label both the outside of the bottle and the outside of the preservation buffer tube bag to match your sample return form. To return your sample to the laboratory for testing, you can put your full bottle of water inside the bag, pack inside the kit. You can use the provided absorbent pad as packing material to prevent the bottle from rolling around in transit. Pack your preservation buffer tube. Remember, we need both the preservation buffer tube filled with either solid or liquid sample, along with a full bottle of water to complete one test. Include your completed sample return information. Pack your kit and submit to the laboratory for testing.